Good evening. How are you? Are you doing well? I hope so. About probably a month ago, I started working on this goofy little TV tray. I'm gluing these tiles down. These are mostly leftovers. Yeah, leftovers. I did pick up a little bit of yellow. These little triangles in here, they're a little different. But, so here's my sunrise, right? On a landscape. And the sky. And then there's clouds. And then there's little bits and pieces that I add in there that are very personal. These buttons are from my grandmother. I have this tin, this goofy tin full of buttons that I still have. It's right here. You remember those old butter cookies for Christmas, right? So it's a tin full of buttons. And I don't really know what else to do with them. So I had some charms, little dog bones. It's because the recipient of this gift is a dog lover. I found a penny from 1995. That matters to the recipient. Beyond that, I don't know, you can't really see. I've got, so this is glued down here. There's some buttons, some more little buttons and a charm, and okay. This, I haven't glued it down yet. I'm not quite certain where I want to put it. It's a spacer from like one of my husband's saws, some kind of saw thing. Anyway, he said I could have it. I was digging around for a key and I can't seem to find. None of them look particularly old. They look like they were just cut last week, and that's no fun. So anyway, there's some seashells in here. Ooh, and I sort of scattered my layout here. That's all right. I haven't glued the pennies down yet. I wanted sort of a bit of water. Like there's like maybe perhaps a lake down here, right? And then the sun, now the orange is glued, but I want this to have like wispy, flares from the sun out of red. And then I have some pink tile, and they'll go down around here. And I have some purple that'll bleed into the dark blue sky, right? So it's either a sunset or a sunrise, depending on what you want it to be that day. So anyway, I've been slowly chipping away at this. Just trying to find bits and pieces. And this is what I use as adhesive. When I'm finished with it, I did purchase some epoxy about a month ago. I bought it before I clamped down on my spending for real. So I'm trying to make as many as I can. Thoughtful things as much as I can. So probably still buy socks though, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Hey, have you seen this? This was my grandmother's. This thing is probably older than me. And the wiring shows it. It's probably an electrical hazard, if I'm being perfectly honest. Anyway, I don't know. My furnace is going to kick on in T-minus, and it's going to get really loud in here because that thing sounds like a tractor lately. For always. I don't think it was ever quiet. But I thought, while I'm sitting here, I could invite you in. You can hang out, okay? I did want to find, of course, I think of this stupid shit at the last moment. A penny I thought, okay, so I found a penny with the birth year on it. Maybe I should find a penny with this year to commemorate right, they're not, never mind. I'm never going to find one. They don't exist anymore. Okay, so chopstick. I was placing some tile up here. I'm gonna glue just a little bit down. I just put a little bit of glue here, so it'd probably only be a few minutes. This is kind of one of those things where it's good for your head, man. Just sit still and do something for a minute. Something meticulous, you know what I mean? Helps me practice my fine motor skills, right? Am I out of blue? I need some blue. Got a bag of tile here. My furnace is gonna kick on. It's gonna be very, very loud. Maybe. I'm gonna go with yes. Okay. I did wash all these. I gotta stand up. That's hard on my back like that. It's a little easier to get to this way too. I think it's going to be really, really pretty. I'm going to fill in some of the negative space with some really small beads, real pretty, you know, like glass beads that people do beadwork with, you know. I can't do beadwork. I sure wish I could. Oh, there, that one's gonna move. That's fine. Let's move this one. It's not that I can't. I've just never learned. Oh, that one had glue on it. Put it back. Okay. Then I decided I was going to stick this triangle piece up here just to, you know, I don't lay it out like a mosaic tile per se, right? Where they all sort of fit in a geometric pattern. Yep, that word. So I end up with space, but that's the point. Tell you what, let's do some down here below this cloud. I put some, can you see this? So there's white tiles in here. It's supposed to be like a cloud, you know? The sky moves. Oh, I already grabbed some, didn't I? Why do I pull them out of the bag? I pulled some out. There's right here in front of me. Silly. I'm not sure where to put this. You know, there's the circular sun, and then the buttons, of course, they're circles, so they kind of continue that sort of rounded, you know what I mean? Anyway, like if I wanted to offset a larger sun or accent the round. I'm sorry, I don't even know if you can hear me over that furnace that runs like a tractor. That's okay, I'll stop talking. I'll just sit here. Do the easy stuff. Are those gonna go around nicely for me, or am I gonna end up in a tight spot? I don't know. That's fine. See, I was thinking maybe the ring should settle in there, but no, I don't think so. It's pretty. like that. Stick that. Will I like that though? What if I want to do that? I'm not sure. That's fine. I should probably get them out of here. Some green down here. Like, here, I'll do this green. I'm gonna burn up this glue where it dries out. Add some more to this grassy knoll over here I'm building up. I should mention, this is not something I normally do. This is only my second attempt at this. I tiled the top of a table my husband put together for me once. Well, it took me several years to finish because I just, people kick. I didn't have a reason. If I don't have a deadline, then I don't get stuff done. So, anyway, it turned out really well. And I thought, why not? I liked the fact that I was able to sort of encapsulate things from my life, you know what I mean? I glued it down. There, I'm out of glue. I glued it down and I poured epoxy over it. Now it's there forever. Well, or at least until that thing breaks down. But yeah, I'm gonna stop there. I'm out of glue for now, okay? So, I don't know. I'll come back when we're further along and I'll give you an update. But until then, stay warm, stay well, and you have a good night.